We're from Daily Wonder. I'm Rebecca.
I'm Jennifer.
And today we're going to talk to you about burnout.
Yeah.
This was a big topic for quite a number of parents who mentioned that they're starting to feel like this it might be related to season, but there's this sense of burnout and kids are resistant and parents are resistant. So what kind of ideas do we have for this time?
So I remember burnout, really intensely at different times of year. Like if you got sick or if you had a lot of stress at home or if you just start to maybe feel like lack of willpower, like you don't have the same strength of will forces to hold the routine and the rhythm. So when you start to feel that burnout, it's kind of concerning because you think, oh, are we going to lose all the hard work we've done? So we just wanted to put together some ideas of how you could practically change your daily homeschool routine and then also look at ways that you might support your own inner life to get reset. So one of the ideas we had was, you could add in more time for your children to be doing handwork or woodwork or baking, things that are more hands-on, because once you set it up, you can take a bit of a step back, and kids, typically their will gets really engaged easily in those types of projects. And so that's one way to kind of be able to take a breath during the day.
Mm-hmm. And some of those practical sort of changes and updates you can make for this season where things start to be in a slump is you can add more movement activities, whatever your child is interested in, whether that's creating obstacle courses or following a movement program online or a class or something like that, adding in some new music, taking up sort of folk dancing in your living room or whatever it is to build in the music. Maybe you go outside and you start an obstacle course outside or something to kind of build and start the day that way.
Mm-hmm. I know it's written into our one of our grade 5 units that yoga comes in the morning, but there's no reason why you might not want to add that for 20 minutes as your morning movement if that supports your child as well.
Right.
Another beautiful thing we used to love to do as teachers is called like an artist free rendering. So let's say once or twice a week after you've done a lot of content for a main lesson and your child has a lot of inspiration, you might just put out like a bunch of different crafting materials and crayons and scissors and glue and say, you create your own art piece about such and such topic. And then that gives you possibly an hour where they're really getting into their own work again.
Mm-hmm. It's these subtle changes that can make a difference for your children to kind of enliven and uplift them out of something that might have become a little bit routine. Mm-hmm. We were also thinking about how parents sometimes can start to feel this burnout too. And sometimes they play off of each other, the children's burnout and the parents' burnout. So we thought, it's important that parents somehow switch it up for themselves and re-engage and make things authentic for themselves. One way to do that is through meditation or, some kind of mindfulness programming or some sort of, at the end of the day, just a contemplation on a reflection of your day. And there's lots of different ways to do that. Yeah,
because it's really important to point out that when you are working with children at this stage as the parent and the teacher, children require, like the holding forces of the adult, which really are like their life forces. So need to be kind of contained. And so you're using a lot of your own life forces, which might be called chi or prana, and that's legitimately, being lost in you unless you have a good practice of how to build that back up. So burnout is legitimately happening if you don't find a source to bring it back in. And then we were saying also to reestablish heart connection, like the Daily Wonder material is really meant to be delivered to a child through the parent who's excited and engaged. So if you're feeling kind of tired about the material, then you might need to do a little bit more prep, a little bit more digging into the background of a topic so that you feel you've found a point of entry where you're just so excited to share that with your child, because that changes everything.